Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Capricorn for the month of October 2010. And this also applies if you have a Capricorn ascendant. So my Capricorns, I do know so many of you are going through such profound experiences. Many of you are having to dig deeply inside of yourselves to find answers, to really find answers to many of the complex problems and issues that you're facing. But remember, Capricorns, you're ruled by Saturn. You are realistic, you are not silly, and as long as you do things properly to the best of your ability, then you will find that you will achieve the success that you want. You do have to be patient. I know that, and I know patience for many of you, although it rules your sign, many of you have had to learn patience the very hard way, because many of you are still very impatient and want things more quickly. But we do have Saturn in your 10th house, as well as the Sun and Mercury for much of this month. So the focus is going to be on your career, on your work, on your life direction. Time to shine a light on it. With the Sun there, this will be a good time for shining out what you can do, for sharing those skills, for giving out the information. Mercury there, good time for networking. Good time for sending out your resumes, maybe a good time to redo a resume, maybe to do it differently, to think of a new tack as to how you can come across, because there's so much competition out there. How can you come across in your own unique way? You'll be looking at your life direction. You'll be reconsidering what it is you do and how you can make a contribution maybe on a more public level. There's more to do with the public this month for you. As well, there's a focus on your relationships, particularly friendships, the people in your life with whom you interact, people who've got similar interests to you. Maybe a good time to join an organisation, a group where you can share this passion, these interests, and inspire others. You can be very inspirational as well, and you're also able to put such a good structure into things. So look at these friendships. Look at the ones that are serving you in your life, and maybe look at the ones, because I think there's new relationships coming in for you. Very much, Capricorns. I think there's new people coming in, people who care about you, people who have similar hopes and dreams and wishes. And you do have that desire to connect with people, and sometimes you feel so isolated. But this will be a good month to try to connect a little bit more, because the planets are pushing you out that way. Particularly the 1st to the 7th of the month, Venus and Mars conjunct in Scorpio. You may meet some very intense people, but people who are very loyal and very direct and very honest, and people with whom you may be able to have a very deep friendship with as time goes on. I have to alert you to the fact that Venus is retrograde from the 13th of this month until the 18th of November. So very important to remember that this is Venus rules your finances and rules your relationships. So this would not be a good time to get into a very deep relationship, at least not to make serious commitments until this Venus retrograde is over after the 18th of November. Doesn't mean to say you can't get into a relationship, just don't commit to it until afterwards, till the Venus has gone direct. I am doing a separate video on this Venus retrograde, which will tell you what to avoid doing and what's good to do during the retrograde. So be sure to look out for that, because that will give you some more information and more detail about it, as it only happens once every 18 months. We do have, as I say, a lot happening in your dreams and wishes. So time to think about your dreams and wishes. What's important to you? Maybe things need to change a little bit. Maybe your priorities have changed. Look at those, examine them, and maybe write down some new goals for yourself. Pluto, I know in the 1st house, you are going to the depths and you are transforming yourself. Everything about you is changing and transforming. It's happening slowly. It's happening subtly. You're not going to see it suddenly, everything night and day. No, it's a subtle, slow change. So don't be getting too worried about it. Just know that it's happening on very deep levels inside of you. Neptune in the house of finance. I know for many of you, your money's just disappearing. Where's it gone? It's just disappearing through your fingers. Well, as long as you focus on your Capricorn side of you, don't get too fearful. Don't allow Saturn to make you fearful. But with the Neptune there, trust that things will work out for you, but you do need to put the good structures in place for them to fall in place for you. Jupiter-Uranus in the third house of learning, great time to learn something new and maybe to teach something new and to help others and to inspire others with all these ideas that you do have. So Capricorns, there you have it. Not a good time to get into debt. Don't go out and buy expensive jewellery or clothing. And if you do buy anything this month, particularly after the 13th, make sure you keep the receipts and the guarantees because of that Venus retrograde. So I thank you for listening and I wish you a great month. Take care of readings. You could have 10 minutes, half an hour, an hour. You may just want to ask me a question. One question for $25 that I'll answer in an email of up to 150 words. So please don't hesitate to get in touch. I'll be delighted to hear from you.